Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Renee your mindset. Guys, most of our Nigerian politicians, are very swift, very smart when it comes to issue of corruption. When it comes to issue of greed and selfishness, they are very smart, very swift, very quick in decision making, very fast in concluding the process of embezzlement. Very fast. That's what we are good at. Yes. When it comes to issue that will benefit the masses, you know, that the masses are suffering, people are suffering. No, we are very reluctant to talk about that. It's going to take 2 generations for us to deal with that. It has to take 2 tenors for us to be even giving adherence, listening ear to it. No, they don't listen to others ones. But the one that will benefit them, immediately, it will be resolved. Immediately, very swift, very quick. Ndiori. Armed robbers everywhere. Just watch this stupid video. This one say is this guy that what is that they call him, whether they carry me that they call him maybe carry me Sunday. One say in name senator. He be senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria from Kogi West. Look at what they come out for him out. Rubbish. He was just vomiting rubbish, arrant rubbish. I can't even know. I don't know how to express what this guy was talking about. This is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. I can't just factum this. My brain not the carry him. For those who never understand what I'm talking about, watch the video.
The planned purchase of sports utility vehicles for members of the upper legislative chamber, which has generated several reactions from a cross-section of Nigerians, took another dimension on Tuesday after Sunday Karimi, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Services, said that based on the analysis that was done by the procurement unit, the committee approved Land Cruiser SUVs for the lawmakers, and that after assessing the condition of the bad roads in Nigeria, the committee arrived at the conclusion that the lawmakers will need durable vehicles that would last the next 4 years. Let's take a listen.
The senator has that they approve a Land Cruiser for us. And somebody that is a minister, you have more than 6, maybe 3 Land Cruiser, Prado, and other vehicles in their convoy. And you are not asking them questions. Please spare us a bit.
Okay.
And this vehicle that you take, go to Nigerian roads today. If I go home once to my senatorial district, I come back spending a lot.
And you know not say you go fix the road.
Our roads are bad.
You know not say you go fix them.
And the issue of buying vehicles for National Assembly, you know, it's a recurring decimal.
A recurring stealing.
Every assembly, it will always come up.
Recurring stealing.
We should at least let the public, let them have a little trust and confidence in us. If you go to state houses of assembly today, check out. Most of them, before they were even inaugurated, the governors will have bought vehicles waiting for them.
This country not go good again.
Even local government chairman, I know the vehicle my local government chairman is using. So why National Assembly alone?
Rufai, sorry, I know you've been cracking up. I mean, let me just take a reaction from Brother Bath, whose tweet I loved. He wrote, "Now, Nigeria Senate may be silly." He had 5 points that I picked. 1, the Nigeria Senate's attempt at justifying the purchase of 160 million naira SUV for each legislature, comparing that with the ministers, who it claimed has as much as 3 SUVs per senator, is absolutely silly. The Nigerian Senate should be calling the ministers to order if they are wasteful in spending of public funds, especially now that millions of Nigerians, including children, are malnourished and going through unprecedented difficulties due to failing economy, largely due to failure of governors, while many are killed almost on a daily basis due to insecurity. 3, the argument that they chose to procure the SUVs from Toyota because of its durability is even sillier. 4, at this point, the Senate should be found encouraging the other arms of government to patronize Nigeria vehicle brands while it leads by example. 5, naira is headed to 2,000 naira to the dollar. And the Nigeria Senate is grandstanding the idea of importing vehicles worth billions of naira from Japan. This is really as senseless as it is insensitive and unthinkable. Who says that the Nigeria brands are not durable, even if the brands are not at present as durable as their Japan counterparts? How can they be supported to improve? Should the Nigeria Senate know that public procurement of this local brand is the easiest and most sensible way to support them to grow and improve? Japanese vehicles are better on gas mileage than American brands, yet while many private users in the US buy Japan, US government stays with US brands. Same with UK, Germany, France, Sweden, and Republic of Korea. Rufai, I mean, I love that tweet. I'll come to you. Only yesterday we were talking about, Ben Bruce saying that we should, support the Nigerian economy by growing our products. He talked about even using innocent vehicles. But I mean, Sunday Karimi's statement there really got me. I was quite embarrassed watching it. I know you're saying
Mr. Sunday Karimi's arguments
he was
in that statement reminded me of a diary session in Big Brother, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Funny arguments. Let me destroy all the arguments. Number one, it is very bad for you to call Nigerian brands are not good. There's a particular Nigerian brand, Oji, I don't want to mention because of advertisement.
Okay.
That the thickness of the panel of the body steel
Make I mention that for my own.
Bigger and better than the Japanese brand they are going for.
Toyota. Better than Toyota, right?
I mean, I don't want to call out brands because of the sake of brands.
Yeah,
so I'm not calling out brands.
Well, it's shameful.
Secondly, you can make Nigerian cars based on the spec the Senate wants and keep that money here. So that argument of spec and all that. Secondly, the argument of bad roads. How did they used to go to their constituency before they became senators?
Why didn't they visit?
That's number one. Another argument to that bad road talk is, it's not an indictment on them that the road to their villages is bad in the first place.
I mean,
are they not supposed to lobby
people
there to be able to fix it for the people? So they have the temerity to talk about bad roads. Thirdly, the naira is going to 2,000. You see, let's not deceive ourselves. That's why I had to call a spade this morning. After government borrows all this money and we defend the economy and the currency a bit, what happens after we don't have more money? I hope we know that most of these borrowings are against future sales of crude oil. So one way or the other, we are going through a turmoil. This 50-something billion could have stayed back in Nigeria, but they want to fritter it abroad, while they can share it among Innocent and some other local brands.
50-something billion.
And the likes. The other part of the argument is, where is the sense of national pride?
Absolutely.
Have you ever seen an American president? And this even goes to the presidency. The president's official car must be Nigerian made if we are serious in this country.
Are we serious?
Have you ever seen an American president drive a Japanese brand?
Carrying Toyota.
So the president too is culprit. The president drives a German brand. Let's start from the president. They can make specific cars. Because you see, when Peugeot Automobile had that deal with the Nigerian government, all government cars were Peugeot Automobile. This same incumbent president, when he became governor in 1999, his official car was Peugeot Automobile. It was because the Nigerian government had a deal with Peugeot Automobile there in the 70s. So let's start from the president. He too must drive Nigerian-made cars. And we must cascade it across all the ministry to be able to boost the auto sector. So I'm sorry, all the argument of the Senate, this man, the president, the senator that spoke for the Senate,
useless,
is dead on arrival. Like I said, it reminds me of funny talk like a diary session in Big Brother Nigeria. We shouldn't be doing this to ourselves.
Absolutely.
And you are comparing yourself to local government chairman. Are you kidding me?
Onyori.
Is there anywhere local government chairman, they are collecting money from the entire post to buy cars for the entire seminars and for local government chairman?
You don't want to count them.
And if you want to compare, why don't you go and be local government chairman in the first place? They also told another lie. To be able to debunk all the argument, they also told another lie. That they want to buy durable cars so that in the next 4 years, that's not true.
No, absolutely
that's not true because
they say the moment you drive a car out
God bless you, the value reduces and they sell it for cheap. So if they want to make the argument, why are they not using? I mean, let's not talk.
Absolutely preposterous. I mean, they must revisit this whole charade. I mean, you cannot ignore the outburst from the Nigerian public. This is quite important. It's a lot. 57 point something billion naira will be spent at the end of the day.
Ridiculous.
It's a lot. Well,
I don't see the video. A whole honorable senator, the open mouth, the talks in Nigeria, no get road. So what were you senating there? Hi, where Kogi West, they bring this guy, one carry ear like antelope ear, come out, they talk, they do like person don't drink, come for senate. Yeah, I see they talk, they do like this. You gonna say thief there your eye. Say embezzlement there your eye, you there for your eye. As they even talk, they support evil. You think that we're not watching? We are watching you here. Kogi West, I'm disappointed in you people for voting this guy. Sorry. If you didn't follow me here, I'm sorry. I have to say the truth. I am disappointed. How can you bring in this economic quagmire, economic degradation, economic finished, and you are telling us you want to go and buy a Land Cruiser for 150 something billion naira. When you give another country, you say our innocent motor not good. It's not durable. In a trouble we durable. Onyala. You see the problem I have with you people? Criminality. I don't want to talk too much. There's another analyst that finished this guy. I love the way the guy finished this guy. In fact, make another watch video.
You see what is called fiscal irresponsibility now. You are lambasting the minister for putting down 400 million for prisoners to get out of prison. This is the real issue you are talking about. You see, and you see the attitude of the distinguished senator when he was saying it, you see that he missed the point totally. You get me? Because he blamed ministers, the state ministers instead of senators. We went to the state assembly and put the governors and parliamentarians there in trouble. I think this is a case of ignorance, fiscal irresponsibility, and lack of any knowledge about public accountability.
Is that right?
You see, he has not seen the problem the way we have seen it, this particular senator.
Because you know good sense.
Because everybody knows what is on the ground. We are talking of removal of fuel subsidy, sacrifice. The president has been living on borrowed time. In terms of the patience Nigerians have had.
People are losing it.
And the confidence they have in his leadership. This sort of statement by this senator can erode all of that in one fell swoop.
Once and for all.
That's why he should speak like that. He's displaying crass levity about the problem. You see, and this is not the first time. When I was preparing for this, in 2009, the Senate Majority Leader said the same thing. That one even says an insult for Nigerians to think that they cannot afford Jeep. This was bad enough. You had this one now, a Nigerian senator, saying that anytime he goes to his constituency, he has to spend money. I should not be saying that. Any of us here, not to talk of a senator working in the place where they make laws. You had they make laws, where they pass budget to repair the roads and all that. It's bad enough. He is a bad representative for Nigerian legislation. And I'm sure his mates will call him to order. You get me? Because it sounds so arrogant and far from the problem of Nigerians on the ground. I will give an example. See, you say Shakespeare again. Julius Caesar, was killed in the Senate, and one of the faults his friends found against him was that he was too arrogant. They say he bestrode the world like a colossus, and we petty men must speak from under. I'm not saying we should kill our senators, we don't need to, but the co-senators should call this man to order, because they are given a very poor image of them in terms of leadership, accountability, and responsibility. They have shown such levity, carelessness in the way he has said what he has said, that there's not much to say about it. Except, of course, the cost of the Jeep. Do you get me? The cost of the Jeep. See the way he has said it. The ministers have 3, 4. Are ministers the same thing as senators? Ministers from ministries all over the nation. And it's only, you can only be in one car at a time. The minister, permanent secretary, so many people working for him in the entourage, for a Nigerian distinguished senator of the Federal Republic to be making such comparison and putting ministers and state legislation in trouble, they should call him to order. They should not speak on their behalf again. Yes.
Mr. Shibale, your insight, we always enjoy as always. But you mentioned a couple of, significant things, that this is a display of fiscal irresponsibility, ignorance, and his statement can erode all the progress that has been made in terms of giving the Tinubu administration borrowed time and whatnot. Yeah. My question now is, do you think this might contribute in a negative way to what might happen eventually with organized labor when we see statements like this, actions that might be taken in that regard, or even regular Nigerians, besides this, his colleagues calling him to order? Do you think they might already be water under the bridge?
Labor leaders, you see from tomorrow, they will abuse him. See, here, I'm using temperate language now because we are on air. But they won't take him seriously. Because it still shows abject poverty of idea and knowledge of what is on the ground. The labor will not take a statement like this seriously. Because it's more serious than what he has done. The issue is that why should they be pursuing such luxurious vehicles at this point in time? When Nigerians are being asked to make sacrifice. You see, labor, of course, that's ammunition for labor, but they will not be as civil as I've been in talking about it. But then, if you are a labor leader, will you not take up that too? Of course. You're asking people to make sacrifices at a time when they should be pruning their, maybe donate their salary, prune their free benefits. He's saying that the roads are bad, so that is why they have to. And if a predecessor of his said you are being insulted. And these are elected officers, holding elective office, not royalty, not traditional, not hereditary offices. So it's crass arrogance and abuse of office, the way he has said it. So the Senate needs to put out a statement to justify what they have done in a more responsible, more serious manner than what you have just witnessed.
This senator also made mention to the fact that this uproar happens every 4 years, when the vehicles are purchased, which, gives off the feel that, everybody else has gotten away with it. Well, it's our turn now, so we're going to make sure we get away with it too. Do you feel that the sanctity for taxpayers' money has diminished?
That the way you have just said it, is that right? And they say you are caught doing something wrong. You said my brother did it, my grandfather did it. What doesn't make sense. So it's so petty.
So if these are the legislators, who's going to protect taxpayers' money? Is the question.
They are not treasurers. They are spending it. They are not protecting taxpayers' money by spending taxpayers' money on luxurious goods made. They even said the ones made overseas are more durable than the one in this vicinity. So the patriotic Nigerians be doing that. When to get us out of our trouble, we need to produce everything we eat, drink, wear, go out in, have a productive industrial base, and then export.
For a currency to make sense. If not, the naira will fall.
He's saying the opposite. There's no need for us to argue much. It's an irresponsible statement.
Illiterates everywhere.
Does not portray
you vote down for position.
Good, responsive leadership expected of a legislature anywhere, not to talk of Nigeria, at this point in time.
Very well said.
When they tell on Nigeria, before you choose who to vote, take his psyche, take his brain if it's okay. Don't just carry people when no get brain, people when know nothing, doubts. People who cannot even express. Look at the way that guy was talking. Who voted him? Kogi West. How did you people bring that kind of person? The whole Kogi West. Now that one, I don't even blame on one. I think the analysts that don't do the good job finish. I've had enough. Guys, if you love what we're doing here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, even on TikTok. All I'm on Police Live, guys. Peace out.